Hello everyone, and welcome to this race at Interlagos in Brazil. It will be a 25% distance race in which I'll be starting at the very back of the grid and hoping to make my way towards the front. As you can see there, I am racing as Lewis Hamilton, and as usual I race as the guy I predict is going to win. So this week, as last week, it's Lewis Hamilton. I was correct last week, and in fact the whole podium was correct last week. I'm not so sure it will be this week, but I'm hoping that Hamilton will win nonetheless. Just checking my strategy there as you saw. I'm going straight to track. Buttons on pole, Schumacher second, with Alonso third, and it looks like Webber in fourth. That's a very unlikely grid, I should think. But we'll see how it plays out. So Hamilton almost certainly won't be starting from the back of the grid. But like I said, I have done in this particular race. I'll get a slow start, as I usually do, to stay behind the whole pack. Usually it's 1 lap, but this race is going to be 2 laps, because I did a couple of takes of this and actually found that I would comfortably win, not comfortably, but by about 5-10 seconds. I'll be in the lead by the end if I just did 1 lap behind the pack. So I decided to go for 2 laps. I'm also using the center default setup, so exactly what you start any race weekend with, in Brazil anyway. So going to lean then to save a bit of fuel. Don't need to use any fuel keeping with these HRTs as they are rather slow. As you can see they're completely cruising, and I've caught up with them because obviously they're stuck in a pack as well. So while we cruise on these couple of laps then, I'll talk about the prospects of this Brazilian Grand Prix this weekend. Just looking like it's going to be a good race. It is forecast for rain on race day, and I have got it on potential, well, I haven't got it on potential rain, but it's a 40% likelihood of rain in this particular race, so it will more than likely rain some point during this race. In theory it should be dry for 60% of it and rain for 40%, but we'll see how that plays out. So I've now got 6 laps extra fuel than what I need by doing this lean lap. I'm now needing to build up the speed a little because I don't want these HRTs getting away from it all and me now have to push it on my second lap. So just making sure I stay nice and close to them. So as I touched on before, I predict Lewis Hamilton will win. He just seems massively determined. I watched both free practice sessions on Friday, and he obviously topped both of them, but he seemed very quick. Seemed determined, just as determined he was last week, and just as determined as he was in the US. So I predict he's going to win. He seems to have the quickest car, as I predicted as well. Obviously we're yet to see that, but it looked good for them in practice anyway. This track's suiting the McLaren again, as I predicted, but we'll see. Definitely can't predict everything on Friday practice. So you can see with the minim up there, this field's starting to separate out a bit, which is the reason I've done 2 laps. So obviously I'm not able to make any progress on those gaps. So staying nice and tight to Karthikeyan now. HRT's future prospects don't look brilliant either, do they? Up for sale, and it looks like no one really wants them. I mean, they are a bit, they're in the middle of Spain. It's a bit, no one really would want them. I mean, if I had my millions, I wouldn't be buying them anyway. I'd buy someone like Toro Rosso instead. So going to rich mixture then. Somehow manage a purple middle sector. So it's not even full throttle just yet. I am about now with Kurz, but think better of that because I was a bit close. Again, just trying to go just past them as I cross the line, which I do indeed. There you are, look, 400ths down on Karthikeyan as I crossed the line, so exactly what I intended, and I managed to get 3 cars right into the first corner. So it's a 17.5 second lap then, not brilliant, but as I said I was cruising. This Caterham's next. Still got a rich mixture then, because I need to make as much progress as I can in these couple of laps. Don't want to be getting held up with the slower cars. Try and outbrake him on the outside. I have done alongside him. I need to give him room though. I have given him just enough room if he was on the curb, but I've managed to get past him anyway. 8/10 up my previous then, as to be expected. So coming up to this fast section then, I expect McLaren to be strong in the race, as they do seem to have more downforce, interestingly, towards the end of this season. But Red Bull got a few updates, so we'll see. Coming up to Glock then. Looks like I've got a bit of run on him. Go around the outside then, see if I can outbrake him. I can. I'm only alongside him though, I'm not past him, so I need to give him room. I've given him plenty of room, and I've still managed to get past him. So Vern's in front of me there then. I'm going to try and go on the outside of him because I've got a bit of run on him. Oh, as he squeezes me out though, I have to back right out of it. He squeezes me right onto the curb, and I give him a tap as he brakes early there. I get a bit of a tap from Glock there as well from behind. I felt that through the force feedback, I recall, when I recorded this race. But you didn't really see it on the screen, so straight past Glock then. Sorry, Vern. It's Glock behind me, wasn't it? And easily past Petrov there. His poor straight line speed and my slipstreaming of his car. So 15.2, Schumacher gets the fast lap of the race. Again, I think fairly unlikely for the rear race. 15.2 is not bad. Well, in fact, that's very good. Only 25% distance, but it's looking like laps in the 19s in the rear race, at least towards the beginning on high fuel. 0.3 up then on my previous. 1.8 back from Senna. Looks like that's already down possibly around a second. He's gaining on him every single corner, every single straight. Easily gaining on them at the moment. Almost as if I've got new tyres, but I haven't. I've just got the dominant car compared to them anyway. Ran a bit wide there and got a bit of grass on my inside wheels. I have a look at the inside, but think better of it. Bit too far back. I do try and race fairly, even against the AI. I don't want to be ramming them off left, right and centre. It's no fun for me. I like to race fairly. Ooh, as I think about going up the inside there and then actually wind up running wide as I try and get back on the racing line. Actually, that looks like that's given me a nice run on him in the end. Yeah, indeed. So, reasonably comfortably past him. Not too comfortable though. Button does a new fast lap of the race, a 14.0. I instantly beat that, a 13.3, 7 tenths faster, and that's my teammate. So I'm certainly faster than him, but he's got such a time advantage on me at the moment. I might still struggle to catch him, but again, we'll see. So DRS open then. This is the DRS zone. So easy past Perez with the DRS there, and my rich mixture. Rich fuel mix. So up to 15th then, lap 5. Just over a quarter of the way through this race already. That's flown by. And only 15th, so I still need to continue to push very hard. Otherwise I will struggle to get points, let alone anywhere near the podium. Bit of dirt on my outside tyre there, which is going to slow me through this long corner. And again, it pushes me wide, gets a little bit more dirt on that now inside tyre. But doesn't really affect me through this corner as it is now the inside tyre. So it only really affects you majorly when the dirt is on the outside tyres. Okay, so halfway now between Perez and Ricciardo. Just trying to catch Ricciardo, and I've probably gained a little bit on him in that last corner, but not a great deal. But saving all the curves up has definitely helped me. 2 tenths up my previous. Looks like it's going to be another new fastest lap of the race. Low 13, a very low 13. Let's see what it's going to be then. It is a very high 12 in the end. Just dipped into the 12s there. It must have been a good last sector from me. 12.967. That was a good lap. So it means, yes, I'm just inside the DRS zone on Ricciardo, but he's also got the DRS, so I'm going to have to use a bit of my curves to get into the rev limiter a bit for him. And I'm going to have to outbrake him on the outside, which I have done. Again, I've got to leave him a bit of room, but I think he's behind me anyway, so it wasn't too bad. And Hulkenberg looks like he's got a bad exit there. It's giving me a good run on him. I'm going to go around the outside. And looks like I've comfortably passed him, especially with the slipstream from Kobayashi in front. So Kobayashi's up next then. Let's see if I can stream past him as I run a little bit wide, but it didn't really cost me any time as I'm right behind Kobayashi now. This should be an interesting move when it happens. Kobayashi is usually aggressive, not so much in this game as well. Dive up the inside there, that was a bit unexpected. And I've managed to get him. That was a very fair overtaking move, if I do say so myself. I'm happy with that. So DRS is the next then. I don't even bother going up the inside of him because I know I wasn't going to make it in that corner. Just to get a better run on this straight, which I do. And look at that. Gaining massively on him in the slipstream, and I had the curves. Already passed him. Just desperately trying to get in Raikkonen slipstream now, but I might be a bit too far back. You can tell when the camera starts wobbling that the camera's wobbling, so I've got slipstream on him. That's the way to tell. So I'll just double check I'm on rich mixture there, which I obviously am. 2 tenths down on my previous, but it's still a 13.1. It's still a very quick lap. Ooh, bit of oversteer in the first corner there, but I should be in the DRS zone though, which is why I pushed so hard. So same thing as last lap then. He's got DRS as well, so I need to use a bit of curves to get into the rev limiter quicker. I'm a bit further back on him though, see if I can break him on the outside. I can. Still got to leave him plenty of room then. Leave Raikkonen a bit more room, obviously a bit more respect for him. So that's him done then. Up into 10th in the points paying positions already. Maldonado's next. I think if this was real, I'd be a little bit scared of this next move. Oh, he runs a bit wide, but I can't take advantage of it. But obviously it's a game, so I'm not scared of him, since most drivers are fairly similar in this game. You do get minor differences, but fundamentally they're similar. So I have a dive at the inside. Ooh, I think I've just managed to get past him, yes. I wouldn't have normally been able to make that, but I was up the inside of him, so he decided to give me plenty of room, and in doing that, he made himself run a little bit wide and slowed himself down, so he gave me room. Usually in real Formula 1, he would have just cut me off there. Possibly there would have been a crash, a bit of front wing damage, and maybe a puncture. But since this is the AI, they're all seeing, so he knew I was there and gave me plenty of room. So going down to standard mix then, trying to save a bit of fuel for the end of the race. We're on lap 8 of 18, almost halfway. So I've got to pick this lap then. Looks like I'm comfortably going to get DRS on Massa. we'll get confirmation of that, and I do indeed, using the bit of curves as well, since I'm coming in this lap. I don't want it so much for the back straight. Coming past them, even when on the outside, I was that confident. So 10th down then, that's probably from lowering the fuel mix. 3.5 down on Rosberg, so there's a little way to go to catch him. But I'll be happy if I can just get anywhere near the back of him before I pit, because obviously I do pit this lap. So come around this high speed section once again then. I also ideally need to pull away from Massa, because if I can't pull away from him, as I've mentioned previously, you ideally want a couple of seconds to the car behind, otherwise you can potentially get held up by them. So it's better to have, well, ideally 4 or 5 seconds so that you can make your pit and get out in front of him still, but if you can't get that, 2 or 3 seconds is normally make it a bit more comfortable. So 7/10 up on previous then. So 3.1 down on Rosberg, so I haven't gained on him. And Massa's only second behind, so that's not gone well, but he might not pit this lap. And I already go to lean mixture, and he doesn't pit this lap, so that's comfortable for me. Okay, so it looks like the Red Bull stopped then, and I'm going to hold him up slightly. That will help me probably later in the race. Oh, and someone else holds him up as well. He's only just got out of his box. So I got slightly held up for perhaps half a second, maybe a second, but it wasn't too bad, was it? As the Williams pulls out behind me there. Okay, so going straight to Rick's mixture then, on these cold tyres. I want rich mixture. So keeping it full throttle in this pit exit. It's not easy, but I manage it. So no one to compete with me behind or in front, so I'll go to standard mixture again. Again, trying to save my fuel for the end of the race. 2 seconds down on Vern there, but I suspect Vern will have to pit in a minute, as I show the tyre temperatures on the right hand side there. You can see them warm up throughout the beginning of this stint. It's interesting, you see there, you can literally, if you watch them, you can see them getting warmer through the higher speed, but for the slower speed not so much, but through the higher speed you can actually see them turning more and more green as you go round. But unfortunately there's not another high speed corner now really, until they're probably warm enough that you can't notice. Okay, so they're pretty warm now, about halfway there in terms of temperature, already feeling the grip advantage, but still not quite as grippy as I would like, so still 2 seconds down on Vern then. But most importantly, 2 seconds up on Maldonado, who pitted at the same time as me, whereas Vern will have his older but fully warmed up tyres. And is that Rosberg in front of me there? No, it's not, it's Hulkenberg. Oh no. Oh, just hold on a minute before I speak. Looks like it was perhaps another Toro Rosso, could be wrong. No, it's Massa by the looks of it. Or was that Massa on the inside? That's Massa on the inside there out the pits, then this is going to be a good race. I have to wait for the line to disappear so I can get in a slipstream. Oh, as I think about going outside or inside, but actually my indecision meant I nearly hit the back of him. I had to get on the brakes. So he was sort of hanging in the middle of the track. I was well defended. And I was thinking about, oh, same thing happened again. Or I give him a bit of a tap there and he nearly loses control. Same thing happened again there. Got so much of a speed advantage on him. When I was unexpecting, I've just dived at the inside. Looks like I've comfortably got that. That was a good move there. I'm not sure you'll see too many of those moves in the real race, but that's certainly a good move in this game. Yes, a couple of corners with indecision from me. Also Massa just placing his car well, meant I couldn't get past there. It's a very narrow track. It's around, I think it was built in the 70s. So it's a very old traditional track. They have put a couple of bits of tarmac / concrete on some runoff areas instead of grass, but in general it is a very traditional track. Very narrow, lots of grass you can see on the right hand side there. So that's always a good thing. We like traditional circuits like Spa, like Silverstone. Okay, so 2.2 down on Vettel then. Not sure where Rosberg's going. I think I might have already overtaken him. I might have passed him in the pits there. I didn't really see who I was overtaking as I was coming out. Okay, so my engine is telling me to go to mix 3 to catch the guy in front. But I need to stay on standard to save my fuel for the very end of the race, as I feel that's when I'll need it more, when I'm trying to overtake the much faster guys. And Vettel's quick, isn't he? But I'm on about, as you can see the minimum up there, my teammate and the 2 guys behind him. Hopefully I can get close enough to them. I need the fuel then. I've got 7 laps in which to do it. Fingers crossed I can. I think if we see, I'll be very surprised if we see Vettel down in 7th for this Sunday's race, but we'll see that. Oh, as I run wide there. Run wide, lock me into the wheel and get dirt on my tyres, so that would probably cost me around a second around that corner. And a bit of marbles as well, according to my engineer, so that was not a brilliant corner by me at all. Need to tidy that right up, or I've got no chance of even overtaking the guys in front of me, let alone getting any further. So 1.9 down to Vettel now then. So probably won't catch him on this next lap. At the end of this next lap I might. I'll hope to be in the slipstream at the end of the next lap. So 14.0 then, so yes, not a quick lap at all. I want to be in the low 13s ideally. But we'll see. 1.9 still down on Vettel. He'll have DRS now on the cars in front. That should only slow him down because he probably won't get past him, which he hasn't. But he will have to think about overtaking, and it always slows you down when you're off your racing line. Always a run wide there, pushing very hard as you can see. Run wide on the grass, 2 tenths down on my previous. So again, they're having a little battle up front, slowing each other down. Always helps me. So coming on this high speed section once again. Nearly get on the grass there, but do just about manage to avoid it. It's quite strange how you get almost a 6th sense for where the car is. Obviously I'm using T-cam, so it's very easy to say that, but you get so close to the grass that you wouldn't normally plan to get that close to it, because obviously you risk going on it and getting your tyres filthy, but you sort of get a feel for how wide you can go. I'm sure the F1 drivers get a real feel, but using T-cam I still seem to get a feel. 4 tenths up my previous then, and I am indeed close enough to Vettel by the looks of it to get in his slipstream. Wait till the camera shakes. There it goes. So I am in the slipstream. I did have all my cars which allow me to get into that slipstream. Still using standard mix though, again trying to save my rich mix for the end of the race. I should be comfortably inside the DRS zone, as I think I go at the inside, but it would have been a bit too dangerous. So well inside the DRS zone then. So going the outside of him then, using a bit of curves to try and get me well alongside him so he doesn't push me out. Get my DRS open. Looks like I'm well alongside him. I'm not past him, am I? Because he's also got his DRS from the car in front, and I've managed it. There's Rosberg I was talking about. So he obviously had a good stop. So I'm gaining massively on Rosberg then. Can I do anything into this next high speed corner? It's not easy because it's not really a braking point. I have a look, but no, think better of it. That wouldn't have gone brilliantly. Can I get him into this next corner though, where I keep pulling off these good moves? I go for it, and I can. I'm well alongside him. Easy, wasn't it? Well, not easy. Once I'd got the braking down, it was easy, but nailing that braking and diving up the inside wasn't that easy. So Grosjean's next then. Probably not going to be able to get him unless he gets a bad exit, which he hasn't done. Probably not going to be able to get him now until the big straight, but I should be able to get him then because I've got loads of slipstream on him. Up into 6th place now then, well inside the points. 4 tenths up again on my previous. Still a little bit of curves left to help me get nice and close to him, and I've got a nice run on him. Look, loads of slipstream, that's what I want. So I'm going to dive at the inside of him now. There we go. Not going to be able to gain massively on him because I'm still only on that standard mix. But again, I don't want, he's not alongside me unfortunately, but I don't want to go to that rich mix until the end. Still, I do ideally need it to be faster and to be able to overtake these guys a bit easier, but again, just desperately trying to save it the best I can as I use a bit of curves there, as I know Grosjean's going to get DRS behind me. Need to be a bit careful going to the middle of the track there to make sure he can't get past me, and he can't. He's given up on that one. So 4 tenths down on my previous then. Not very good. That's because I had DRS, I believe, on previous, probably. So 2.6 down on Alonso then. So as you can see, they're reasonably tight, the top 4 on the mini-map. But it's still a bit of a challenge just to get that amount of time on these front-running guys that are quick. But there's 4 laps, 5 laps including this one, left to go. 4 complete laps. So never say never, as I'm sure Alonso will say many a time this weekend, as he's hoping to overhaul Sebastian Vettel in the world title. For the world title, sorry. World Championship. And he needs 13 points. As my engineer tells me there's a chance of light rain in a few minutes' time, so could that come into play at the end and either help or hinder me? A few minutes, that should in theory be next lap, lap 15, or lap 16 now. So it's right towards the end, but could that come into play right at the end? Could that help me? I'm now 2.1 back to Alonso, so I've gained a second on him on that lap. 13.3, that's what I was on about. I need a low 13, and I have done that. So need to push harder once again as I go to rich mixture now. I've only got 2 laps extra fuel, but I'm hoping that I've got just under 3, so 2.99 laps of fuel or something, so that I can push it all the way to the end. I need to push it now, otherwise I'm never going to be able to catch him. 2.6 up on my previous, so that should be a 13.0, as long as I can maintain the last lap's pace through the middle of this lap. Let's see what I can do, running the rev limiter around that high speed corner. Just again, pushing so hard now with my rich mixture. I need to capitalise on it, not make any mistakes. If I make a mistake of a second, that'll probably be it. That'll be me cemented in 5th place. Oh, there's a lock inside wheel there. Probably cost me a couple of tenths. Ran me wide. Didn't want to be doing that. Let's see what it's cost me then. Still a 10th up my previous, so in terms of overall lap time, not a lot. And I've still got plenty of cars. With this rich mixture, I should be able to still get around a 13.0. So still 2 seconds back from Alonso then. I haven't really gained on that last lap. I need to really push this next lap. 3 laps left to go then, including this one we're on right now. So yes, a 12.9 it was in the end, just just slower than my best lap. So I'm not going to be in the DRS zone. Oh, pushing very hard there and running wide on the curb. Getting a bit of dirt on my tyres. It looks like Alonso's got DRS on Vettel alongside each other. Nothing's going to happen, but it's slowed them both down. That'll help me. So 2 tenths up, purple sector, fastest of anyone then. That's what I need. I need to really push this now. Like I said, 2.5 laps left to go. And I need to overtake 4 cars, sorry, if I want to win this race. Oh, as Alonso runs wide there. I take my opportunity to dive at the inside. It's not done yet, though. He's still on the inside for this next corner. Can I hang it out on the outside? Looks like I can. So he doesn't push me, and I've done it. And I'm now on the inside for the next corner, so I've got him. I have. Wow. A mistake there by Alonso. He ran wide and had a bit of oversteer. Cost him a bit of time. And I was having all of that. I'll take a free overtake any day. So that's Alonso dispatched off then, up into 4th place. Looking for Vettel now for the podium spot. Oh, it's Webber, sorry. Don't know why I've been presuming it's Vettel. We overtook Vettel earlier on, didn't we? It's Webber. So that Red Bull's reasonably slow in a straight line, but pretty quick in this game. And I'm past him and he's backed out of it. So a 12.5 then, more or less. That's a quick lap. So I need another couple of those actually. 2 laps left, including this one. As you can see, confirmation there. 12.5, that is a very, very quick lap. So, still a little bit up in his first sector then. I'm still pushing it. So, 2 more cars to go in 2 laps. I need a car per lap. Schumacher's next. 1.3 down on him at the moment. If I can't get him on this lap, I want to be in the DRS zone for the next lap. But if I leave it that late, I probably won't be able to get Button. Oh, mind you, they are pretty close. And there's a bit of traffic coming up. That could help me. That could slow Button down. Looks like we're possibly not going to see the rain then. It's now lap 17. Only 1 more lap to go after this one. So even if it does start raining, unless it really hoofs it down, it's not going to make a difference. I did see a spot of rain there, so it's just about to start. You can see by the clouds in the sky there. Dark clouds. So I've gained someone Schumacher. Am I within the second? I am. 7 tenths of a second. So 2 tenths up still on my previous. Should be another fastest lap of the race then. Still got a bit of curves left to hopefully get in a slipstream. I am in the slipstream. You can see by the vibrating camera there. So another couple of spits of rain. To go to standard mix there. Unfortunately, I can't afford any more rich mix. I've run out of fuel. Not run out, but I've only just got enough to do this last lap. So I can't use the last lap on rich mixture. 12.2. That was an exceptionally fast lap. As I'm past Schumacher now, up in 2nd place. Button's next. Can I get him? 1 lap to go. He's got a bit of traffic. Looks like it's going to be kind to him and to go past him on this next straight. He does indeed. What's the gap going to be at the end of this first sector though? Hopefully this Caterham doesn't get in my way. It is 1.7. Wow, I do well to get that. I'll need to dive up the inside of one of my favourite corners. This Kovalainen's not being that friendly to me, but he does pull over. Didn't really lose any time. So you can see the rain starting to fall down now. Shouldn't affect us though. Only another 3/4 of a lap to go. So doesn't look like I've gained a lot on Button. Still going to push it. I need that rich mixture really if I'm going to get anywhere near him, but that's not going to stop me. I'm still determined with my standard fuel mix. So yeah, it looks like I'm way too far back as we come to the end of the 2nd sector. There is a bit more traffic. Perhaps I might hold up, but probably not because it's only really a straight after this corner. Still 1.9 down on Button. So my hopes are a race winner over, unfortunately. Still got a bit of curves, but yeah, see 1.3 seconds down on my previous. That was all because I couldn't run the standard mix. Or couldn't run the rich mix, sorry, I had to run the standard. So I shake my head there, effectively. Hamilton's happy, but I'm not particularly happy with that. I wanted the race win. It was within my grasp, and like I said, if I wasn't, say, 1.5 seconds down that last lap, I'd have been right behind him come the line. I might have been able to get him in the slipstream, but wasn't to be. 12.1 fastest lap then. He had a 13.7, so 1.5 seconds around there. Faster. My fastest lap was. But I think if I had a bit more consistency with my speed, I had the raw speed, but not the consistency necessarily, I probably would have got in, but 2nd place is good anyway. Gives us a nice McLaren 1-2. McLaren, I don't think I've had a 1-2 this year yet, which is interesting, having such a competitive car, so nice congratulations between teammates there. And there we go then. So that was my quick race around Brazil. That was an exciting one, wasn't it? Especially towards the end. Very, very close indeed, but it just wasn't to be today, was it? So I hope you enjoy the race tomorrow. And I will upload a race blog probably on Monday if you're interested in my opinions on that race and probably the championship since it'll be over by then. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.